So you've learnt how to crochet, you've made everyone in your family a hat, a scarf, a blanket, a jumper, whatever it is that you make, and now you still want to keep crocheting but nobody wants anything. You don't need to make gifts anymore. What are you going to crochet? And what are you going to do with that crochet? Hello, my name's Karen Stangroom and welcome back to Conquer Crochet. So I hear this quite often where people have gone a couple of years down the line on their crochet journey and then they kind of stop. Some people say they lose their mojo or their crojo with crochet and they just don't know how to get back into it because they don't really have a purpose, because they don't need another blanket for the lounge or a blanket for their kids' bedroom, or nobody's having a baby so they got nothing to make there, and they just don't know what to do. They want to keep crocheting but they kind of just, what's the point if you're not making anything for any particular reason? Well, I've got some suggestions for you. Okay, so if you haven't heard of Random Acts of Kindness, this was set up quite a few years ago now, where you create something small that has a little tag on it to sort of wish somebody good luck, or to send them a hug, or just to make them smile, and you hide them around your town or village, and people find them, and it makes somebody's day, it makes them smile, and that's the act of kindness that you've helped somebody, you've cheered somebody up. So the Facebook group was set up in the UK quite a few years ago, but people all over the world are joining in with this now. So you can see here on this first pinned post that they have this lovely little flower, and they've put a little tag on it to say, you know, yours to keep and take away, I hope you have a lovely day. And someone's going to go, oh, that's really sweet, I like that, and they take it home with them. And you've just made somebody smile. So on the side here, they have hashtags, and if you click on there, you can see links to the different patterns that people have used. They don't share paid for patterns, but they might share a link where you can go and get the paid pattern. They have YouTube videos, so this one's a Hooked by Robin one with the worry worm. But there are various different ones, nice little smiley flowers, little bumblebees. A really nice cat there. The smaller the better, really. You don't want to be making something big because you want to try and make lots of them. So just scrolling through here, some lovely ideas that people have been using, and people just sharing their ideas. They if you go to their files section, then they have lots of tags. People have been making their own tags, but they then share it. So you could click on the tag there. It will take you to the post where they have put their PDF. So if you wanted to make something for Easter, they've made the little tags for you with all the things you need to do. And hopefully when somebody finds this, they will post to the Random Acts of Kindness Facebook group and go, oh, thank you, look what I found today. And it just makes the crocheter feel a little bit happy as well. So it's sharing that act of kindness back. So you can just print these out and use them on your own Random Acts of Crochet Kindness. So the next charity I found is Octopus for Premature.com, and they make different things for premature babies, but particularly the octopuses and the jellyfish little comforters. They do have a Facebook group, so if you go to Get Involved, then you can join their Facebook group and you can get more information there. And along the same theme is Bonnie's Babies. So this website's not quite as sparkly as the others, but it doesn't really matter. Don't let the website put you off. So they've got different links here on the side that can show you where to go. So they've got different patterns that you can use. So you can find a crochet pattern, and let's have a look what they've got in here. So it's different outfits that premature babies can wear that you can crochet. There's knitting ones on there as well. So this one I quite like. This is Made for Aid, Arts and Crafts for Charity. And the idea is you donate things that you have made and they sell them in their Etsy shop. So they have lots of different arts and crafts that people have donated. and then you can go along and buy them, and obviously all the money then goes to the charity. I think that's a great idea, especially if you have a shop and maybe you've changed your stock and you've got extra stock of things that you're not going to try and sell anymore. You could donate all your stock that you don't need to Made for Aid, and then they can sell them and make some money. I think that would be a great idea. So if we scroll down to their website, the bottom of the first page, you've got getting involved by buying things, and you can join them on their Facebook and on their Instagram, and then you can find out more information about how you can donate to their website. So the next one is Scarf Up. This is with the Chelsea and Westminster Hospital. So they are wanting different scarves to be donated. They have different patterns that you can use. I think these are actually knitting patterns, but I'm sure they're not going to turn down crocheted scarves. If you could do something along these lines, and that would be amazing. But I think just any scarf. So all scarves are donated to Chelsea and Westminster and be used by patients in the hospital suffering from respiratory illnesses like asthma, COPD, and those recovering from COVID. So that would be a really nice one to get involved in. It's a square. I'll let them off. You can crochet a square. It doesn't have to be knitting. They have knitting and crochet instructions for what you can do. So there are different patterns there, and they tell you the dimensions they want. So it takes 35 of these squares to make a blanket. You can donate as many as you can possibly make, and they will make them up into the blankets. And the blankets go to help children in South Africa who have been orphaned or who are vulnerable. So I think that's just such a lovely idea, especially if you just like making granny squares and you just want to send those off, then perfect. This could be a really good stash buster project as well, for getting rid of some of your stash but actually having some use from it as well, rather than just making random things. To make them into squares, and you can send them off to Knit a Square. So the next one is crochetforcancer.org. So this is a Christian volunteer-based non-profit, and they make hats for people going through chemotherapy when their hair falls out. Then obviously your head gets cold when you've got no hair, so they want hats there to help. Now this is mainly in America, but I'm sure if you want to pay postage, they wouldn't mind you sending. You'd have to look up whether or not they will accept them, but obviously if you're in the States anyway, then this is a good place for you to go. So again, another stash buster. You can make up hats and add extra colours and things. I think that's such a lovely idea. So there are two Project Linus being from Snoopy with his little blankets. The idea is you crochet blankets for children, and basically it's those children who are vulnerable and living in not particularly nice situations. So projectlinus.org is the American side, and then there's projectlinus.org.uk, where you can donate blankets that you've made to the UK Project Linus. So definitely one to check out there. And this last charity, they're based in Devon, and this is the Donkey Sanctuary. So if you're into your aragurumi, this is a perfect one for you, because they want knit, crocheted or sewed little donkeys. So you can send your crocheted or knitted donkeys to the Donkey Sanctuary, and they can sell them, and it helps them to rescue and care for these gorgeous donkeys. Oh, look at that, and that's sweet. They do have a phone number there, so if you want to get hold of them, you can. And then they've got, you can download patterns. So you just pop your details in, and they will send you the patterns. Tell them if you want it to be crochet, sewing or knitting, and then they will send you the patterns, I'm guessing for free, and you send them off. So if you are missing your Crojo at the moment and you would really like to try and get back into crocheting and crocheting for a purpose, then maybe try out some of the suggestions that I made earlier. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps us to be seen in the algorithm, and it helps other people to see what we do at Conquer Crochet. If you haven't done so already, please consider subscribing to the channel and hitting the bell so you get notified every time a video goes live. I'll pop 2 more videos on screen to help you on your crochet journey, and I will see you over there. Thank you so much for joining me on this one, and happy hooking!